Hey guys, so today I am going to be talking about some journaling stuff, a haul and all these goodies. It's a little hot, the heat is back. So disregard the sweating because I had to turn off a few things because it was too loud. So I'm going to start off with announcing, if you are not following me on Instagram, you probably don't know yet, but a journal mood for summer is back. So it will be all of August. So it starts on August 1st to the 31st. There will be a live Zoom as well on the 29th, I believe. It's a Sunday, the last Sunday of the month. And so if you haven't seen the calendar, go over to my Instagram. It's the same name, Comfy Cozy Up, and see the words that were selected by people who submitted word of the day. And there were some interesting words, and we always get interesting words and things to kind of inspire you to write in your journal. So I know a lot of people ask me, what do I write in my journal? I write different things. You could write the reflection on the day. You could write affirmation. You can write future plans. Things that you want to use as ways of clarifying the moment, of reflecting on the moment, or resolving things. So I enjoy doing this, and the challenge is so much fun when there's a community of people who enjoy journaling, and especially those who don't journal on the regular, to get them into a journaling mood, and which is why it's called a journal mood, and to write in their journal. And there are a lot of people who say they benefit from it every time that I host it. And if you've never done it, try it even for a few days to see, and you might surprise yourself that you will go throughout the whole month of journaling. So that's what I'm gonna say for now. I probably drop in and out of the month of August with things about journaling that you might want to watch. Added a little bit to like other videos as well. So that's where we at with that, so go check it out. And yeah, I'm excited for to be in this community of journaling folks. And yeah, so yeah, we're gonna do it, guys. So haul. So we're gonna start with the journaling things that I did get. Now there is this cute little stationery store that's in Brooklyn. It's called Yours Truly, and I just went in there for the first time, and it's in a spot where I've passed it, but I just never really looked to see what was in it, because it's just Yours Truly, doesn't say journal, stationery. So when I went in there, so if you follow me on my Instagram story, because on Saturdays I do a whole follow me around, what am I doing for the day kind of thing, just to be active a little on Instagram, because I'm not really that active as some people. But on Saturdays I try to be over the top active, as well as sharing a lot of things. So I did go in there. I did video me in the store. The lady there was a wonderful you know about customer service, okay? She was okay with me, with the camera and showing some of the pens, and which is something that I tend to gravitate to, is more of a pen, because I own a lot of journals, a lot. Over here, stack of journals, and I also just bought a vintage one, so I really didn't need a journal, but I'm obsessed with pens. So when I went in, I initially wanted to see what her fountain pens look like, because I collect fountain pens. I have 13 or 14 now. Yeah, it's and I use them all, guys. I literally do use all my fountain pens. I switch them up every so often, depends on the mood I'm in. So, and I have a few dip pens in the mix. So I wanted to try the Cosmo, and I just love that it was small. It also used the same cartridge as a what you call it, Kawaki, guys. I always jump that name up. Anyway, it used the same ink barrel as it, so I was kind of happy about that. I would say if you have the other one, you really don't need this, because it's right the same. I feel like it's the same company that makes this, because the nib is exactly the same as that other pen. So, but I like having variety, just to say I have a Cosmo. So then I saw this case and I really love it. I thought it was just perfect because sometimes I throw pens in my bag and then I have accidents. And recently I have this other fountain pen that I actually forgot to add this one. And it somehow the ink dried out or got out because there was no cap on the pen. So I'm assuming that's what happened. And my bag is black, so I can't tell. So I'm not happy about that. So I bought this because it wasn't expensive. It was pretty cheap. And I like that it, you know, it can fit a lot of pen. I do plan on making a DIY one, a leather one, because I have some leather material. And I want to make ones, you know, leather kind of ones that, so that's going to be like more towards the fall when it's nice and cool in here that I could sit down and actually do one. So I like this. And then I did buy some ink, and this ink is very dark, very dark. I was just really happy about it. And so yeah. And then I purchased, I've been looking at this pen for a minute, and I saw, I don't remember what video I was watching and the person had it. I can't remember the video, guys. And I said, I need a glass dip pen. I just need it. I got to add to my collection. And I love that it comes in this case because it's glass, and I'm praying I never drop it because, you know, it's glass. And it's sensitive. That I love that it came in a case like this. So I did a reel on my Instagram showing it, so you guys, if you over there, you already saw it. And I like that it came with a an empty for if you know have ink and you want to put the ink in there. And then it came with this where you can sit it on. It's like the cutest thing. And this is the pen, guys. Look at this baby. Look at this baby. Look at this baby. Hopefully it's focusing. I can't tell because I'm so far, but it is amazing. Now I've bought dip pens that I had to play around with quite a few times to get a used to it, for it to work for me. Did not have a problem with this. I literally, once I learned how to angle it where the ink is not running down too fast and make it, you know, the consistency of the writing, visibility is weird. It was nothing. I literally learned how to use this within a few minutes. It was so easy. And I love it. So I've been using it since I got it. Now I'm curious to see like what size tip is, because I didn't really look to see what the size of the tip is, and maybe add one that's a little bit finer, because I do like this tip, but I also like to add some variety. So I might get one more with the tip is a little smaller. But guys, this writes so good. Like this is one of the easiest pen I've ever had to write with, where I didn't have to struggle in trying to figure out how to write with it. So this is a yes, and it's inexpensive. It's one of the cheaper ones, because I didn't want to invest in nothing too heavy, too expensive. I mean, without knowing whether or not I would like it. So I mean, there are some more like really, I mean, I think this is beautiful, but there's ones that's really even better than this. A little bit more pricey, but you know, maybe one day I would get something a little bit more nice, or you know, put that on my wish list or my birthday list. So we'll see. But I really love it, and I'm definitely going to be using it later for the journal of the day today. But I just love that it has this case. It's just so cute. So that's what I have. Now let's move on. Actually, no, I never talked about this, but this was sent to me by Bibliophile Fancy Bookish Things, and I had used it when I did my reels video, and the paper is so thick. You could use any ink, and it won't bleed, because so if you can see, show you. So there you go. Can't see anything on the back of this. So it is a really cool, you know, you can refill it yourself if you want to make this into like a junk journal or whatever, or a regular journal, or put your own paper in it, because these open. But I just love the cover. It's just so cute. She has different colors, not just this, but this is the one that she sent to me. But I love this. This is like a fun journal for me. All right, let's get to the books. I did not buy that much book in July. Thank you. I was in control. I was in control. So I did buy some in June that I never really talked about. I did share it on my free card tag, so you can check those out. But these are the books that I did get in July that I am excited about. So the first one is called Island Queen, and I talked about that briefly, that this was one of my books I was looking forward to reading, and it's based on a true story about one of the first wealthy women in the Caribbean. So it's loosely based on her, and so I'm looking forward to this. This is going to be a fall read because it is a chunker. And I've been reading a lot of big books lately. Yeah, it's almost 600 pages, guys. So this is one of the big ones. I've been reading a lot of big books, guys, a lot. The next one is called 7 Days in June, and this is definitely going to be a summer read. I need to read this like now. And what I get is they're both writers. There's some romance going on that is influenced by the secrets within them that they didn't realize. But it just seemed like it's like my cup of tea, different kind of romance. You know, I'm still not happy about this big ass stamp that Reese Book Club put on there. But I've heard some good stuff about it so far. No one's had any negative things to say. So definitely going to pick this up. Then the other book that I'm really looking forward to as well, it's just, I haven't heard anything about this book. This is one of those, you walk in a bookstore and you see a book and it just grabs you and you just want to read it. And this is Build Your House Around My Body. And this is from a historical fiction, not too far in. I think it has some historical content because it follows two girls, one who ran away from an angry father and one who disappeared, and they are from Vietnam. And so you're going to get a lot of cultural stuff from that country. And I don't read a lot of books from that region, and I want to do that, which, you know, so I'm looking forward to read that, which leads me to the Booker list. You guys know I read the Booker list every year. I try to read the short list and once in a while some of the lists from a long list. But I'm going to start with two books that I really want to get into. But what I was noticing, whoo, yeah, it's hot, guys, so I had to drink some water. What I was noticing is they had a few Asian storylines in some of the books. So I said, okay, maybe, see, I picked this up not really knowing that's, you know, that was going to be influenced, but here we go. So there's one book on the list that I didn't, honestly, most of the books on the list I've never heard of, except for one, which was because The Sweetness of Water, which is an Oprah book club that she had for July, June and July, the end of June, July. That was her last book club. And that's how one of her girls was on there. She was excited about the things that she was talking about, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna read it. So I had made my mind up that I was gonna read it, pick it up for fall. So when it got on the list, I said, yeah, there's a sign, because I was gonna read it anyway. There's other books on there that I really want to get into because I'm really not sure, but I know there are a lot of the Asian one I'm interested in for some reason, and then there are some that are not out yet. So of course this is something that I have to deal with every year the book comes out, where there's books on the list that spark my interest and is not published in the US. So I have to depend on the other book people to send it to me, which usually takes them a damn month. So I'm not happy about that either, but I am going to still put the order out, and it will come when it comes, that kind of deal. And for now, just focus on the ones that I can get here. And I think there are 2 that I can get here. Yeah. So we'll see. Start with those. But what I wanted to know is if you've read any of the books on the list, what book did you read that that you read, and if you liked it. Because because I don't know anything about most of the book on the list, I want to kind of like go on what some people have been enjoying and start with those. I don't think I'm going to read all 13. I don't see myself doing that. I've never done that. But I try to read at least 7, 8 maybe. But there are some chunky ones on there, so I'm pretty sure I'm not going to be able to get to all of them unless they make it to the short list. But I have time. We're still in, well, this is the end of July, but we have all of August and September, so I have 2 months to get through some of the ones that I feel I might actually enjoy reading. So yeah, so that's where I'm at with the Booker. I don't get caught up as much as I used to. I kind of use the Booker as a way of reading books by authors I would have picked up, never would have heard about, never would have been able to even want to read their books, because so I look at it that way. And there are times where I get books that are gems from the list that I would have never thought to read, so that's how I look at it. I try not to get too involved with the politics of why that book was selected, that kind of deal. I'm not doing it. So, because if not, you just wouldn't read any Booker if you get involved too much in that. Because the book industry is messy, 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 messy. So, I read what I want. So there we go. So I am going to end this here. So, let me know if you read any of these books, and also the books that I haul, and are you going to be joining in the Journal Mood Challenge? Let me know. Yeah. All right, guys. So thanks for watching, and see you in the next video. Bye.